Hello and welcome to the video. This is a quick answer for somebody that's asking a really interesting question about EdgeTX. Now these kind of radios, this is my Radio Master TX16S Mark II, I think it is a very powerful radio. EdgeTX, as a successor to OpenTX, can do pretty much everything. Sometimes it isn't obvious. This gentleman here wanted to be able to set the travel of a particular channel using a rotary control or a slider. In his particular example, he's using it for a tracked vehicle, but it could be used for anything, really. It's actually quite a handy thing to do if you wanted to have infinitely variable travel on a particular control, maybe for, well, anything, really. So let me jump onto the bench and I'll show you exactly how this works. Don't forget, there's a whole list of things around, particularly cars and trucks, about how you set up radios like this for it. I'll put a link down below. Go and check out that playlist. But Red Right Hand Arts 7319, this one's for you. So to set this up, as I mentioned in the introduction, global variable is the way that I would do it. Change the global variable with one of the other rotary controls and then use that global variable to then change the travel of a particular channel. So if we just go into modes and I go into something like the aileron where I've set this up, again, just to very quickly show you, I can move the aileron left and right. And we can see here that we only have 70% throws in each direction. If I move the rotary control up here, if I put the aileron maximum one position, we're looking here in the top right hand corner, I can increase and decrease the travel using the rotary control up here on the shoulder. And that, I think, is what you're trying to do. So you can just set this up on whichever two channels you are using for the throttle on this tracked vehicle. So how have I configured that? Well, there's two steps really. First of all is what we need to do is we need to go in the inputs. I would create a new input that's just called something like amount AMT. And what I've done here is I have set it up for the rotary control S1, but I've set the weight as 50% and the offset of 50%. And what that means is that the value of S1 as I move it around, and let me just move it here, apologies for it moving a little bit in the camera's view, it means that it never goes negative. Now the reason that we don't want it to go negative is we are going to then use it to adjust a global variable that adjusts the travel. Don't worry, I'm going to show you the other steps. So now we've got that input set. That input, called AMT, is the one that we can then start to do some cool stuff with. If we go over here into special functions, what I've done is I have set up a special function like this. So it's set for the switch is on, so it's permanently enabled. We don't turn it on and off with a switch. The function is adjust. The global variable is global variable 1. That's the one we're going to change. And the mode is mixer source, and the mixer source is AMT. And I've enabled it. So what that means is that global variable 1 is going to take its value from AMT, that input that we've just configured, which is going to go from 0 to 100. Once we've done that, the last little bit then, if we come out here and go into the mixers, this is the aileron, but again, you could add this into whichever. The difference with this bit here is I've changed the weight. Rather than it being discrete number, I clicked on the GV button here by the side and changed it to GV1. So the amount of travel that is actually being affected on this particular channel is changed by the rotary control, because the rotary control doesn't go negative, and that if you don't do that step, then you could actually reverse the direction with the control. But it means that at the minimum amount of the rotary control, I get 0 direction in each direction, and then I can turn it up to the level that I want. In the middle position I get 50%, but I can increase it. So hopefully that is helpful for you Red Right Hand Arts 7319. That's the way that you set it up. Not completely obvious, but as I said in the beginning, not everything in EdgeTX is. EdgeTX can do pretty much everything, but sometimes there's a couple of steps. Thank you for watching the video. If you watch my videos and find them useful, then please take a moment to hit the like and subscribe button. It helps the channel a lot. If you really like what I'm doing here, you can become a Patreon and support the time I spend helping others and get access to lots of exclusive benefits. Link is in the video description. Remember that all the videos on the channel are organized into playlists, so you can easily use those playlists to find all the videos on a subject that you are interested in. Add Painless 360 to your searches on Google and YouTube, and it'll help you find my content for any particular topic. Thanks again for watching, and as always, happy flying.